Stand by. The program will begin soon.
There's an example yesterday I saw of this woman who's been here. We might even play this clip. She's been here 20 years. She has 3 kids who were born here. Her kids are because of birthright citizenship, which is another subject that's coming up. And she never bothered to even try to resolve her immigration status. Not in 20 years. She has never tried to resolve her immigration status. Not through Republican presidents, not through Democratic presidents, nothing. And so now, she's worried about being deported because they put out the sob story of this woman. Well, that's not the average person they're even looking at right now. The average person they're looking at crossed in the last 3 years are CNN is cutting jobs to embrace the digital future. No, they're cutting jobs because, as I like to say, they suck. CNN is undergoing a significant restructuring, planning to lay off about 200 employees, which constitutes approximately 6% of its workforce. This move is part of a broader strategy under CEO Mark Thompson to pivot towards a digital-first approach, focusing on expanding digital subscriptions and reducing costs from traditional TV operations. Wait a minute. Didn't they already try the CNN subscription service, which failed miserably? Which, if you truly have compassion for trans kids, you would allow them to all go through puberty, because 90% of kids who think they're trans change their mind once they go through puberty. That puberty is the fix for most of the problems. But you guys want the medicalization of kids and sterilization of kids and medical and surgical altering of kids who can't make that decision at 12 years old or 13 years old. Diablo asks, why is it when I try to show empathy and concern, people always misconstrue it? Last time I asked someone if their mom at least got a good check from the clinic that botched the abortion. Oh! Oh, God. Damn it, AD. I think you just need to find a gentle way.
Stand by. The program will begin soon.
I would be willing to bet everything I own that submitting a 22-minute video montage that shows the most egregious acts of violence you can find from that day, when the defendant in question is on that video for only 6 seconds and the scene walking calmly, is highly prejudicial and a violation of the defendant's due process rights. The person was found guilty and sentenced to 19 months in prison. Now, it took 2 hours to read through all of the documents that were in the case file. Every motion submitted by the defendant was denied. Every motion by the defendant was denied. How often does that happen? And every motion submitted by the government was granted. They turned a trespass misdemeanor that would have resulted in a $50 ticket into 5 misdemeanors and a felony charge by charging the defendant with a statute that would have required the Secret Service to rope off the section he was in, which they did not. They also charged him with a statute that would have required them to prove Mike Pence was in the building at the time he walked through that corridor. He was not. And they used an Enron statute that the Supreme Court struck down. If you accept a pardon, you are admitting guilt. Period. That's the, because you can't be pardoned if you're not guilty.
Whether he can preemptive pardon, whether he can issue President's reportedly asking his staff whether he can issue preemptive pardons for himself, his family members, Rudy Giuliani. There's a simple answer: no. No, Mr.
Oh,
that
you
would be a
can't?
gross abuse
Oh,
of the presidential
it's a
pardon authority.
gross abuse of presidential pardon authority. Well, there you go. You accepted a pardon, Adam Kinzinger. You think you may have committed a crime. Oh, here, Jamie Raskin. Dirty Q-tip. Dirty Q-tip, Jamie Raskin. What else? What did he have to say?
Well, the seeking of pardons is
Yes, it's only on
powerful
one side.
demonstration of the consciousness of guilt. Or at least the consciousness that you may be in trouble.
Jamie
And that's
Raskin.
what's so shocking
Did he get a
about
pardon
this.
also? Wasn't he on
Well,
that
the
committee?
seeking of pardons is...
He was on that committee. I'm curious if you're going to condemn that part. Are you going to condemn that pardon?
You know, Joe Biden pardoned a lot of people. Yeah, he should answer for that and explain.
Lots of murderers, lots of drug dealers, lots of people who killed people. Commuted the sentence of a couple murderers. One who, in fact, one drug dealer who people died from taking the drugs that they sold them.
Stand by. The program will begin soon.
The Obama-Aniston rumors have gone wild. Rumors have emerged on social media that suggest Barack and Michelle Obama might be heading towards divorce, with speculators linking Barack Obama to actress Jennifer Aniston. Those rumors have gained traction following Michelle Obama's absence from Jimmy Carter's funeral and the inauguration, and are based on tabloid stories and social media speculation without solid confirmation from the individuals involved. So far, they're still rumors, and I don't know why people are perpetuating them, but it is kind of fun to perpetuate rumors like that. No one's come out to, out and out deny anything. That's the weird part.
We should just take a deep breath and acknowledge the audacity.
The audacity!
Of a president who's so clearly concerned about his own criminal culpability.
Oh my God, his own criminal culpability and his son's business dealings. I know that they're talking about Joe Biden, aren't they?
And that of his family members.
Like the boy asked, are cats really soul suckers? Yes. Yes. That's why I'm not into cats. Dogs, man. I'm a dog guy. Avocado Diablo, is there an aisle in the grocery store that is less objectionable to have sex in? Where do you come up with this shit? Dude.
Has done something no person in the world has ever done before. A dead man, a dead politician has risen.
Yes.
Somebody who 4 years ago at Davos, he's buried, a dead.
And I wonder how many people at Davos have been funding Donald Trump's demise that has failed. I wonder how many people at Davos, again, let me say it again. I wonder how many people at Davos have been funding what they had hoped would be Trump's demise. I bet you there's a few of them there. And it didn't work, did it now? Didn't work now, did it?
Politically known to me. He's now returned. This is the greatest comeback in political history of a politician. And then, therefore, he thinks he can do anything.
End of the show, every day on my show, if I put something on the screen or I'm talking about it, or it's a topic or an article that I'm presenting in this show, I provide links to every single thing that I've talked about, and even more, the ones I didn't even get to. I drop them in the chat at the end of the show, and also I drop them in the description. So if you want to find these articles, they will be in the links at the end of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only PDawgKnight.
And I ran so far away. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet. Welcome back to the PDawgKnight Channel. Doing my best AM radio imitation. Hey, how y'all doing today? Happy Hump Day! And what the hell are we doing? What the hell's going on? Who? What? Edition. Yeah, that's because we're doing it again, aren't we? Is this a regime? Is this going to be a regime change war? Are we gonna, fight the good fight? Nah. So, hi. Well, as often as I am at a loss for words, I'm at a loss for words over this, but there's a lot of other people talking about it, and maybe you'll talk about it. And so over in the questions section, somewhere around over there or down there, wherever it is, my question of the day is, what's your best hot take on the Israel, United States, Iran thing? AD already dropped one in here. As a flock of seagulls sang, I ran so far away. Yes, I am. That's why I sang that song, because I saw that in the question and answer. So drop your best hot take in one short or long sentence or two in the question and answer section, because I want to see what you're saying about it over there, and I don't want to miss it. So, although I do see Bookworm Maddox saying we do not belong there, huh? Yeah, I am, yeah. All right. Anyway, let's say hi to everybody, get it going, because there's a lot to talk. Well, there's stuff to talk about. There's always a lot to talk about, but got some different news items that we're going to look at, and we'll talk about Iran and Israel, and then I got a James O'Keefe video we'll go through today. So, and since I'm lacking time, let's get it going. First in chat today is Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell. Yes. Now, I can't tell, is the second person, there's someone in between, or is that just Mike Sapp? Who's right after AD? There's a problem is that I have this thing in the way, and I can't see who that is. Looks like, oh, it's the Pope. Pope Tyrannus the Third. The Blessed Lich. Sorry, I have so many things sitting up there in the up in the box up there. You can't see it between them. Anyway, hello Mike Savage too. Blarg, Kara Soldiers in the house. Special Can Acid was here and then left quickly, but on my honorable mention list of favorite Canadians, Mr. Special Can Acid, welcome and goodbye. JB's in the house. Episkipos Hillsung, what's up? Good morning, looters and beggars. We're awesome. Civic Magic makes a fine appearance today. Jonathan Peterson here, nice and early. Bookworm Addict. Let's see. I got Select a Boy. Yeah, boy. And Shrapnel. What's up, Shrapnel? Let's see. JMK is in the house. What up? Daryl Parnass. D Parnass. Am I saying that right? Because I don't want to call you like Parnass if it's not really ass. It's just Parnass. It could be the Parnass. Is it better? How do you prefer to pronounce that? Write it out phonetically. And then TC's in the house. Reaction Puerto Rico is in the house. Good morning. Trippy Liberty. What's up, my brother? And people slowly but surely jumping into the chat. 24 people here. 11 likes. Get on that right now before you forget. I'd appreciate it. It always helps. Lord Stanhope, what's up? The saddest thing about the Middle East is that everyone can't lose. Oh, ouch. Ouch, babe. Ouch. Today's coffee is brought to you by the Pablo Picasso cup, because he loved him some primary colors in his as he got more famous. And there you go. Even says Picasso on the inside. See that? Isn't that cute? That's a cup I bought over in Spain. All right, enough about my vacation. Let's move on to some news. Let's go. I should have music for that. Here, let's go. Let's for some news. Yeah, baby. Turn that off. Turn it off. Thank you. Anyway, all right. So that's the prelim. Let's get into the limb. Thanks to the people who are sharing this stream. I greatly appreciate it. It includes, who else is on here? Looks like, oh, there we go. Somnambul Nation, of course, put the stream out before I did. So we'll just repost that. Thank you very much. And also Somnambul Nation says, don't worry, I'm from tech support. Sometimes it feels like it sometimes feels like that with the tech support, just a cat tapping keys. Boomer Tech Inc. wants you. Yes, of course. Also, thank you, JB, with the big let's go. If you haven't done that, by the way, click that link up the top where it says, have you shared the stream today? And reply, let's go, in the Xbox thing, whatever. Not Xbox, but you know what I mean. Mike Savage, thank you with the let us go. And thanks to the people who retweeted the show, Reaction on Puerto Rico, and Somnambul Nation. And then also with Reaction on Puerto Rico, my friend Carlos, has a knack for matching the theme of my GIF with another race car saying, let's go, baby. And then TC, thank you for tweeting out the show on your own. I love it. I appreciate it. You get a little repost there and a little heart, which I forgot to heart and repost all these, so we'll do that too. So there you go. I greatly appreciate the people who help me promote the show. As I click and click. There we go. Repost. Already did that, but I like that one too. All right, enough of that. Let's move on. Today, of course, is Hump Day. Now, I didn't pick out a favorite Hump Day post here, so let's see. Oh, this is the one that I was gonna. This is a good one. Here. This one's getting its own freaking link today, because this is so true. We had these No King protests the other day. Was that Saturday? I went to a wedding. I was going to go down and film and interview people on the No Kings protest in the Twin Cities, because it's pretty big here. Actually, there are three big ones. One was in St. Paul. One was in Bloomington, Minnesota. And there was one in Apple Valley, Minnesota, which is a suburb south of the Twin Cities. I don't know how big that one was, but the other one in Bloomington was pretty big, from what I heard from our waiter on Sunday, which, but I wanted to do that, but I had a wedding to go to. We got back Wednesday, catching up on the jet lag Thursday and Friday, and then went to a wedding on Saturday, so I didn't have time. But I like this particular sentiment. No, we already have a No King's Day. It's called July 4th, you dipshits. That's the fucking truth. Yeah, that's our real No King's Day. So that would be my Hump Day message. Let's see what else I can find for another Hump Day message, since I usually try to do two. What should the next one be? Well, since most of the people who watch this show are roughly Gen X or Gen X adjacent, we'll do this one too. This is a good one. Here, we'll make this. This one is rated... This one's rated Gen X. This adult has been rated Gen X. Helmetless bike rides, MTV, drinking hose water, mixtapes, riding in truck beds, rubbing dirt, sarcasm, prank calls, going to the mall, no internet, no cell phones, no social media, no supervision, no latchkey living, under 17 requires no accompanying a parent or adult guardian, by the classification and rating administration of whatever, and no filter. And I would add, fuck off. There you go. So there you go. Everyone here probably can relate to that, even if you're not a Gen Xer. Good morning, Rick Ashbringer. I see you in the house. And BB Luminous, what up? Nice to have you here. Did I miss anybody? If I missed you, I said Daryl Parness. Pronounce Parness. Thank you. I don't want to call you Parnass. I will call you Parness. Daryl Parness. I know that for the rest of my life now. Reaction. But Puerto Rico says Picasso. That's funny. All right, there you go. There's Hump Day messages. What else do I got? Holiday right now. Now, look, don't piss me off about this. Some of you will, because I know that some of you have an aversion to this particular holiday, but you don't need to. Just hear me out again, because I say this every year around Juneteenth. Now, technically, Juneteenth is tomorrow, 6/19 normally. And I know a lot of you say, oh, it's a fake holiday, blah, 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 blah. No. Please bear with me on the Juneteenth thing. It is an American holiday. It's worth celebrating. It's the fact that this is the last people who were slaves in the United States found out that they had emancipation. That's what it's about. It's been celebrated in Texas for over 100 years, or about 100 years. I don't know. Yeah, they are all fake holidays. Anyway, but I hate it because there's a lot of people, even some black people, are like, Juneteenth is stupid, blah, blah, blah. It's not stupid. Let me see what, now, so let's look at this guy. I can't remember this guy. I can't remember what his name is, but he's this guy who's supposed to be conservative-ish. But I'm trying to figure out what his take, I know he's going to be negative about it. Maybe. We'll see if he does. Well, let's see what he says.
When I hear woke people explain Juneteenth, it makes me...
Oh! But I don't... He may be making a good point of here, because maybe woke people don't get it. Juneteenth... But Juneteenth should be celebrated. But it's like... Anyway, I'm gonna listen to him. Let's see what he says. Juneteenth is kind of a dumb name. Well, here's why it's Juneteenth and not a special day. Because it's not... They're not sure exactly which date that this event happened, when these soldiers came to Texas and told the people that they were free. So they always just said, Juneteenth, because it was like, but we would normally put it on June 19th. Yes, this is the guy from PragerU. Let's see what he says, though.
When I hear woke people explain Juneteenth, it makes me wish that Rosa Parks personally forced y'all to sit in the front of a school bus and go to history class. Now walk with me.
Oh, Lord.
Somehow the left has convinced you that Juneteenth was the abolition of slavery and when a black revolution arose. But
no, it wasn't. Yeah. Yeah. He's going to tell you true history about it, maybe. Let's listen.
What it really proved is that some people remain enslaved mentally, and that's all it takes to keep you on the plantation. If you know the actual history, Democrats kept black people enslaved for 2.5 years after slavery was abolished, until white, mostly right-wing men came on June 19th, 1865 and said, y'all have been free since 1863. Get off the plantation and go get a job. I wish we could celebrate what Juneteenth actually is, but instead we continue to let the left repackage segregation and sell it back to us. There is no such thing as a Black Independence Day, but if that's what you want to call Juneteenth, then I don't want to see y'all twerking on a boat on July 4th.
Okay. Now look, I think as far as the American history aspect of it, it is important to have. Yeah, why not call it freedom? There could be all kinds of names for it. It has a bad name. And it's not the Kwanzaa of June. It's an actual event that happened in U.S. history. Does it need to be a national holiday? I don't know. It's been a state holiday in Texas for a very long time, because what had happened was, like he said, the Emancipation Proclamation was in 1865. President Lincoln signed that. And unfortunately, that news didn't travel well throughout the South after the end of the Civil War. And so there were, was it not 1865, the end of the war was 1865. But anyway, that information didn't make it all the way through the country, because, we didn't have email and text messages and all that shit. They learned things by when someone came through on a horse and said, hey, do you know? Now, they probably they might have had telegraph. I don't know. But anyway, the slave owners in Texas were still keeping their slaves. And so when the army came through and said, hey, assholes, this is not legal anymore, and let all the black people free. So finally, slavery was that was the end of slavery, finally, 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And so that's the historical part about it. And like I said, they've been celebrated in Texas for a long time, and it's been celebrated in black communities around the country in spurts. I mean, I remember there was a Juneteenth celebration in Omaha when I was a kid. I mean, it wasn't like it was needed to be a national holiday. It was just kind of one of those holidays. So for whatever reason, they made it into a national holiday, whatever. But but the idea that we should say, oh, it's a fake, it's not real, blah, blah, blah. It's important. It's an important day in American history. kind of like even like Flag Day or some of the other days that are minor holidays that don't need to be necessarily federal holidays, but there's, you have those days that you celebrate, VE Day, whatever. I think it's one of those important days in history that people should know. So there you go. There's my take on Juneteenth. Enough about that. Moving on. Oh, let me see if there are any other hot takes that are on here. My local post office. Oh, they got, but the problem, here's the big problem too, when they named this holiday. Now this one makes me mad. This one does make me mad. Because the official name of Juneteenth, in observance of Juneteenth National Independence Day, the United States Postal Service will be closed, blah, blah, blah. That name is stupid. Okay? I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. It's stupid. It's a stupid name for the official name because we already have an Independence Day. And I like Tyre's idea of maybe calling it Juneteenth National Freedom Day. That would make more sense because now everyone was free. It was not Independence Day. The people that were coming out of slavery weren't independent. They were actually U.S. citizens. They weren't independent of anything. So that was what, when they wrote that stupid name, that pisses me off. But anyway, but the day itself, I think, is an important day in history for everybody. Okay, for everybody, it's an important day in history. All right, moving on. Paul McCartney's celebrity birthday, Mr. Sir, whatever, Paul McCartney. How old does he turn today? Well, let's scroll here and find out. Happy 83rd birthday to Sir Paul McCartney. I think he was. I think he's still playing. He's still touring at 83 years old. Prolific songwriter with his partner John Lennon and his friends the Beatles, Ringo Starr and the other guy. And so there you go. Happy birthday, Sir Paul McCartney. Although he's out there lefty loony, but you know what? He's a significant person in music history. Prolific writer, prolific player. I know it's George Harrison. I'm being funny. Anyway. All right, moving on. The WNBA is trending because Caitlin Clark got mugged in this game, and we're trying to figure out why the WNBA isn't handing out fines and telling people to stop doing that shit. Listen here. Look, hang on. Here's the play. You know what? I'm not even gonna play it. It's in the links. Nobody cares. Except me. I enjoy the WNBA, but I'm a basketball freak. I like watching basketball. I don't necessarily root for any teams, but there you go. You can, it's a controversy. It's in the links. I'm not even going to do it because y'all get upset with me when I talk about the WNBA. The FOMC, what is it, the Federal Open Markets Committee? I think they're meeting today, and apparently they're not going to lower rates. Again, they're just going to leave them be. And it seems to be a political thing to me because they lowered the rates just before the election when they probably shouldn't have. And there's no reason to not lower them right now. And the president's pretty upset about this. Pretty upset about this. In fact, breaking Trump speaks before the Federal Open Markets Committee. We have a stupid person at the Fed. Am I allowed to appoint myself? Saying we need a cut. Here's Donald Trump take on the Federal Open Market Committee. Here, let's go full screen. There you go.
What I'm doing. So we have a stupid person, frankly, at the Fed. He probably won't cut today. Europe had 10 cuts, and we had none. And I guess he's a political guy. I don't know. He's a political guy who's not a smart person, but he's costing the country a fortune. So what I'm going to do is, he gets out in about 9 months. He gets fortunately terminated. Biden, I would have never reappointed him. Biden reappointed him. I don't know why that is, but I guess maybe he was a Democrat. I got great advice from Mnuchin on this one. Great advice. But he's done a poor job. So we have no inflation. We have only success. And I'd like to see interest rates get down. Now, Biden did a lot of very short-term debt. So we have short-term debt coming due. And because of this guy's rates, if he'd lower a point, I'd pay about a point less. Then if he'd lower 2 points, I'd pay about 2 points less. And that's for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, 5 years. It's hundreds of billions. It's even trillions of dollars that we're going to lose because of this too late. I call him Too Late Powell because he's always too late. I mean, if you look at him, every time I did this, I was right 100%. He was wrong. Maybe I should go to the Fed. Am I allowed to appoint myself, Doug? I don't know. Am I allowed to appoint myself?
Okay, so he's joking, but I'm sure some of the lefties took that one seriously. So anyway, the forecast is that they're probably not going to change rates today. Let's see. Chamath on why the Fed should keep holding off on rate cuts. The only answer is political. The FOMC's June rate cut decision is happening this week, and it's expected they will keep rates unchanged. The chance of a summer rate cut are extremely small, according to Polymarket. Polymarket's a betting thing, isn't it? Why do people rely on Polymarkets for their predictions? Is this because some people bet on it? I don't know. Jaeger Pony's in the house. What up, my favorite Canadian? What up? What up? An amazing disgrace is in the house. Hello. So anyway, that's why the Fed's trending, because they're going to meet this week and probably not cut rates. Here's a few news items before I get into the main topic here. Oh, by the way, I'll go to the Q&A later. If you have any hot takes about the Israel, Iran, United States thing, there's a separate Q&A section where I can read your takes there if you're interested. By the way, thank you, JB, first sponsor of the day, dropping a 5 spot in the chat. In YouTube super chat, who says, I used to think basketball was safe. Then I heard about one player who fell and hurt himself so bad they could taste their own spinal fluid. Ew! Nasty! Nasty! Ew! That's just wrong. Thank you very much, JB. Appreciate your sponsor. If you want to sponsor the show, somewhere in the links, somewhere in the chat where the hell's my buddy? Where's Mike? Johnny Boomertick not doing his job today. What the hell's going on? What the hell? Let me check something here. Johnny Boomertick, what are you doing? Where are you at, man? Anyway, PDawgKnight.live is the Streamlabs link. That will be in the chat eventually. I'm going to move this out of here, unpin that. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, PDawgKnight.live is if you want to do super chats that are the easiest for me to manage. Otherwise, YouTube super chats are great too. I appreciate anyone who sponsors the show that way. Let me see. Let me see what's going on with Johnny Boomer Tech here, though. Oh no, not that I need, but it's his timers. Well, oh, that's weird. I don't know why it's not on. Okay, there we go. Johnny Boomer Tech should be doing his job any second now. All right, thank you, Johnny Boomer Tech. Moving on. Let's see here. We got did that. Okay, news. Let's do some news. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was taken by ambulance to a Washington, D.C. hospital. It must have been last night. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem was transported by ambulance Tuesday to a hospital in Washington, D.C. According to sources, Noem, 53, is conscious at the hospital and has spoken with her security detail, one source told the outlet. Secretary Noem experienced an allergic reaction earlier today and was transported to the hospital out of an abundance of caution. She is alert and recovering. The Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin said in a statement obtained by the Daily Caller. Noem was previously in Los Angeles, California, where Democratic Senator Alex Padilla interrupted a June 12th press conference he was conducting in response to the LA riots. Security forcibly removed the senator and report. Why did they add this? This has nothing to do with that. But anyway, and then President Trump selected Noem and blah, blah, DHS. So hopefully she's doing fine. She is a fine individual who should be doing fine. A little bit too much Botox, though. Did I say that out loud? God damn, Marty, what? That's savage. In other news, let's see. U.S. Attorney charges Alejandro Orellana for distributing face shields to Los Angeles rioters. Oh, good God. I don't know if you heard about this. So this Bilal Esali, U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California, officially charged Alejandro Orellana for distributing face shields to anti-ICE protesters during Los Angeles riots. Now, before I move on, I saw this rant. I don't know which news channel it was. It might have been News Nation, or it might have been whatever that other, the conservative one is, where they're talking about, now, why is it that when people on the news or whatever, they say a Hispanic name, okay, why do they all of a sudden start using a Hispanic accent? Now, I always do it because I think it's funny. And also because if you ever watch, like, let's say you ever watch a soccer match on a Spanish-speaking TV station, and they're like, oh, Coca-Cola, you know, I think it's funny when that happens, so I do it just for funny. But then I'm like, oh, do they do that on like CNN too? And sometimes they do, and that's funny. But so, but you know, it's why is it? If you know, it's like they don't do it with Irish names. The guy says, he's like, well, in other news, over in Ireland, Mr. Charlie McLaughlin, you know, in an Irish accent. Anyway, I don't know what made me stop the whole thing. Anyway, the press conference on Tuesday, Isali laid out the allegations and the charges against Orellana. On June 9th, he drove his truck downtown with an unidentified woman to hand out large quantities of face shields to individuals who appeared to be engaged in violence and vandalism. He was not handing them out to peaceful protesters, said Isali. Isali noted that the face shields protect rioters from non-lethal anti-rounds deployed by local police officers to disperse those committing acts of violence. So here's the press conference.
Since June 6, 2025, my office, working with federal and state partners, have charged more than 20 individuals with federal crimes for engaging in violent conduct, obstructing enforcement operations, or supporting acts of violence. Let me highlight a few of the cases we filed over the last few days. On Friday, we took custody of Mr. Alejandro Orellana for his role in supporting the violent protests in downtown Los Angeles. On June 9th, he drove his truck downtown with an unidentified woman to hand out large quantities of face shields to individuals who appear to be engaged in violence and vandalism. He was not handing them out to peaceful protesters. His actions were captured on video, posted on social media, and observed by Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies. These face shields are designed to protect from chemical splashes and flying debris, which helps protect violent agitators from less than lethal weapons deployed by law enforcement.
I'm curious.
When the FBI executed a search warrant at his home, they found a powerful
his name
rocket style.
No, his name's Lada. That's L-A-D-A, district attorney. But that doesn't make sense. Why would it be the L.A. district attorney would never charge these guys? This is the U.S. attorney.
Slingshot and ammunition for the slingshot, including a bag of rocks and containers of metal BBs, a can of spray paint, plastic goggles, and a notebook with the words 1312 Blue Lives Matter 187. 1312 is an abbreviation for All Cops Are Bastards, while 187 is a common slang term for murder. He has been charged with a violation of 18 United States Code Section 371, conspiracy to commit civil disorder, and 18 United States Code Sections 231A3 and 2, aiding and abetting.
Okay, you get the point. They're starting to press charges against some of these rioters. Now, Breitbart News reported that and the FBI arrested Alejandro Orellana after he reportedly identified the man, as he was reportedly identified as the man driving a pickup truck distributing face shields to rioters. And then what else? U.S. Attorney. So anyway, yeah, they're starting to arrest some of these fuckers. Now, I'm struggling at least with the what are they charging him with specifically? Conspiracy is 20 years right at the bat. Is that what it is? Conspiracy to? Oh, thank you, Johnny Boomer Tech, for dropping that out there. I'll pin that too if you want to sponsor the show. Oh, Johnny Boomer Tech, that's my guy. About time you got to work. Where have you been? Jesus, Johnny. It's terrible. Yeah, that's, conspiracy to commit violence, and the people who wearing those masks were the ones committing violence. He could be in trouble. I don't know. We'll see. All right, moving on. We also have Ronnie Winter is trending. Now, okay. If you know who Ronnie Winter is, put a 1 in the chat. If you have no flipping idea who Ronnie Winter is, put a Z as in Zet in the chat. Okay? Put 1 if you know who Ronnie Winter is. 2 if you do not, Z as in zebra. if you do not know who Ronnie Winter is, hello, Jethro Hedor. I didn't see you here before. I'm gonna guess the vast majority of you have no fucking idea who this is, and I don't. But apparently, he's made the news. And why? Why is it that any celebrity or pseudo celebrity makes the news? Usually because they say some stupid shit about Trump or Trump supporters. And that is the case here. Yes, Mr. Ronnie Winters from a band called Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. What the fuck that is. And that's maybe just me being a boomer. Is a hater and a bigot. He hates Christians, hate Trump supporters in more than half the country. He told people not to come to his concerts. No problem, no worries. We don't even know who the fuck you are or who your band is. Your insignificant, request granted. So yeah, here's this Ronnie Winter, who nobody knows who the fuck he is, telling Trump supporters, don't come to my concerts. I'm guessing not a whole lot of people come to your concerts anyway, Ronnie, unless you're at a festival where you have to be there to see the better bands. But here it is.
What's up, Ronnie from Red Jumpsuit here, just doing like a quick little PSA. I thought I was pretty clear about all this stuff in 2020, and as you noticed on my Instagram wall, I did not remove any of that stuff.
Because I care.
From the Stay Woke campaign, I guess you guys are calling it, from 2020. Look, man, the thing about being woke is you're awake, and once you're awake, you can never
are you, Ronnie?
sleep.
Good,
and
that's fucking
only
fantastic.
Has nothing changed, but
good.
everything they said was going to happen, the woke people has happened.
Oh,
you
really?
have done
Has
nothing
it?
but prove them right.
Ronnie,
So
I'm not
here it is
feeling
again,
bud.
in case somehow you missed it. Hi, I'm Ronnie Winter.
Hi,
I sing
Ronnie.
for the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus,
Don't give
and
a
I
fuck.
actually follow what Jesus says.
Oh, do
if
you?
you're a Christian and you're watching this and you voted for Donald Trump, shame on you.
Whoa, wait a minute. Now, what does Jesus say that you think that's not happening there, Ronnie? I'm just curious. Can you explain it? I don't get it.
You are not allowed to come to my shows. I don't want you
not
there.
allowed.
Don't come to my shows. It's awesome that you love Face Down. It's not for you. It's not your song. Okay?
Okay.
It is not your song. If you voted for Donald Trump, do not come to my shows or ever. Not just like these 4 years. Don't come to my shows because you're going to hear a lot of woke propaganda.
Okay.
And you're going to hear like the actual words of Jesus. You're going to see a lot of acceptance from all areas of
acceptance. Even that. Look. Did Jesus accept sin or give you a way to be absolved of your sins? He didn't accept sin. He didn't. Those tables at the, the tables didn't get flipped by themselves. He didn't accept sin. He gave you a way to be absolved of your sins. But that's okay. Whatever.
of life and races, and you're just going to see a lot of like harmony. Okay, that's not what you're about. Okay, don't come. Refunds are available.
Okay.
Forever, don't come. Goodbye.
Okay, well, goodbye. Look, if you told me to see you later, Ronnie, I would tell you the truth. Not if I see you first, because I don't really give a shit about you. But anyway, apparently somebody knows who he is because lead singer of the rock band Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, whatever. So, FTG, Ronnie, whatever the fuck your name is, Winter, not related to Edgar Winter. Hello, Now at Studios, my good friend Woo from high school. Evan S. Oh, Woo, by the way, Woo, this will only be understood by Woo, but I'm going to be in Omaha in 2 weeks to see our friend Todd Sherman and a few of the other band buddies. Our good friend's father passed away, and so some of us are getting together in honor of him 2 weeks from now. I'll still do my show that Friday because I'm going to leave afterwards. But Norm Sherman was eventually what do you call it when the superintendent of Omaha Public Schools, his son. I went to high school with him, his son and his daughter, two of his kids. I didn't go to school with the third kid. Good man. Very, very friendly guy, good friends with my parents, and he's going to be greatly missed in Omaha. Very, very well-known person in Omaha, Nebraska. So anyway, all right. What else do I got here? Also, New York. I mentioned Botox earlier, and Botox is trending, and that's because Kathy Hochul said something, and people are making fun of her. But anyway, the New York State Governor, Kathy Hochul, has announced that the state of New York will pay $50 million in lawyers' fees for illegal border crossers. Now, it says migrants on this, but I just say illegal border crossers. 50 million of New Yorkers' hard-earned taxpayer dollars are being used for illegal migrants' legal fees because of Kathy Hochul's Illegals First New Yorkers' last failed leadership in New York. And so she made this announcement here. And I'm curious how the people in like Queens and Bronx and all the other boroughs are enjoying this announcement. Here it is. I can't play.
That are walking out of this courthouse, taken away from their families.
Oh, she's mad because one of the people who's running for mayor or whatever got arrested because he started interfering with ICE, an ICE action. And so he got arrested. Now that she's pissed off about that.
They don't have the attention. They don't have the lawyers. And that's why the state of New York is providing $50 million to cover legal services for people who are finding themselves in this situation.
Do they even pay $50 million for legal services for people who get public defenders? I mean, I don't even know. But that seems very odd to me. But you know, it's kind of the illegals first. Oh, by the way, New York Attorney General Letitia James is being probing local cops for misconduct for working with Trump administration and ICE. She's going after the cops who are doing their job. Kathy Hochul and Tish James, New York Illegals First, New York's Last. This is a continuation of Kathy Hochul and New York Democrats' war against law enforcement. Just last week, Kathy Hochul embarrassed all New Yorkers when she was unaware of the violent crimes committed by illegals against New Yorkers, including being burned alive, raped, or molested. And this is Lee Stefanik putting out this article. How she's gonna probe New York cops for misconduct for basically honoring the Constitution, which they've been sworn to uphold. And so she's going to go after the cops who help the people enforcing legal immigration. And Botox is trending again because of Kathy Hochul, which apparently she has frozen face syndrome, which is, you know, a Botox thing. But I don't really care about that. I mean, it's funny, but it's not necessary. But then again, FTG Kathy Hochul. And then now Iran versus Israel. Now this is the topic I said, put some hot takes in the Q&A section. And then there's a couple others. I may not get to the James O'Keefe thing. I may have to do that later. But in the question and answer section, I asked you what's your best hot take on the Israel-Iran-U.S. thing. Tyre, as Pope, this is as Pope Tyre, Pope Tyrannius III, says, as Pope, can't condone violence. As a lich, more souls for the soul forge. Praise to the blessed dead. Fuck around and find out, bitch. Operation Rising Lion, let's go. Bring back the Shah. Okay, that's a hot take, all right. JB says Israel doesn't want another Holocaust like ever. Good point. Avocado Staley, more dragged into it than we are. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, by the way, if you didn't know this, U.S. and British forces are on high alert. They're moving planes and shit. I'm very curious as how I skipped the first part. No, I didn't. I said the flock of seagull one, and I ran so far away. I didn't. That's the first part, wasn't it? I didn't skip that. Lord Stanhope, ever notice all of Israel's enemies are third-rate countries? Wait, there was another what? No, there wasn't. I'm looking at it. They're all right there. You have one, two. You have the three. You have the dot. No, that's it. I don't see it. Try it again. Third-rate country. Well, the problem is Iran has 90 million people, and they've got a fairly large army. I just pray for peace from everyone. I do too. You want peace, and maybe the strength and threat of the United States will, everyone's talking big ass, like they got, like they're chest pumping right now. But I don't know that Iran can withstand an actual attack from the U.S. I mean, I saw someone say, "Oh, and even nuclear arms on the table." I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'll get into some articles in a second. Lord, stand up. I have a profound sadness that both sides can't lose. Oh, that's Adam. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to go there. Israel's like a little brother that starts a fight and they expect big brother to finish. Look, Israel, and my opinion is that Israel has been pretty damn good about winning their own wars. It's interesting that, man, there's a lot. Look, Iran is the one who sponsors Hezbollah, the Houthis, Hamas. And so Iran, all these groups seem to be the proxy that Iran uses to attack Israel. So I can understand why Israel may just want to finally say, all right, enough's enough, fuck off. And I can't even name a war that Israel's ever lost. Now, are we going to support that or not? And that's the take I'm wondering. Lord Stanhope says, what does it have to do with Puerto Rico? I don't know. I'm not sure. And then Avocado Stiabi, I said, I don't care if Israelis and Iranians blow each other up as long as we don't get dragged into it. Oh, that's not in the first half, or there's no first half there. Look, man, I think Israel is an important ally to us in the Middle East, and they can handle their business as they will. And, you pray for the best for the people who want peace. That's about where I'm at there. And, I'd hate to get dragged into it too. And obviously these plans are not new. We've been talking. It's been a talking thing ever since the 90s, even when we started getting into Iraq, and then we started the shit in the 2000s after the Gulf War. But Iran was always that other one. After the Shah fell, after the Shah fell, and they took the hostages and shit. And they always say that. A lot of these countries have long memories. Apparently, we do too. And a lot of the John Boltons of the world are rared for a fight. And frankly, I do think Israel can handle their business, and we need to just see it that way. So, all right, thanks for everyone asked that. Now, I do have Ted Cruz is trending because he embarrassed himself with Tucker Carlson. All I ask you to do, I'm going to put the link here. I used to debate a guy who would ask ridiculous questions that had nothing to do with what the actual topic at hand. It's a tactic people like Tucker use when their core argument is weak. Ted Cruz should have said it doesn't matter how many people live in Iran and kept moving. So there's a lot of people who are posting this thing where Tucker Carlson asked him, do you even know how many people are in Iran? Which is around 90 million, I think. And Ted didn't know it off the top of his head, and Tucker Carlson kept pressing this.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
But this is the clip that everyone keeps playing about it. And the question is somewhat irrelevant, although I also expect people who are pushing for attacks on Iran to know the answers to this, or at least know somewhat. And so it was weird that Ted Cruz didn't know it.
How many people live in Iran, by the way? I don't know the population at all. No, I don't know the population.
And
you don't know
and again, does the population of Iran matter, or does what they're doing matter? So that's probably more important, but it is an interesting question that Ted Cruz didn't know this.
Population of the country you seek to topple? How many people live in Iran? 92 million. Okay. Yeah. How could you not know that? I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's,
because,
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay,
it's not even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
okay,
actually,
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who
don't know anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump. You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out if it was a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
You don't believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really believe that...
We're carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
Israel.
Israel.
High stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay. So that's the clip everyone's posting. Is it important how many people live in Iran? I don't know the population of China, but I'm about regime change there. Is it really that important? But if you want to watch the full interview, there's links in these links here to that. I'm gonna skip James O'Keefe. We'll put that at the back here. The only one I wanted to go, let's see. This is the latest, though, from the New York Post early this morning. Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei warns Israel that battle begins hours after Trump called for unconditional surrender. So, Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei declared the battle begins in an ominous post Tuesday, hours after President Trump called for Iran's unconditional surrender. In the name of Haider, the battle begins. Ali returns to Khaybar with his Zulfikar, whatever that means. Khamenei wrote on X in Farsi, referring to Islam's first Imam Ali, who won the Battle of Khaybar with the sword of Zulfikar. I guess that's a history lesson. Hello, Miss Wild Wolf, by the way. Khamenei's sinister mission comes hours after the Islamic Republic state media also warned of a surprise on Tuesday night into Wednesday that the world will remember for centuries. Iranian leader addressed his nation on a televised broadcast in which he pushed back against Trump's threat, saying his people don't surrender. Intelligent people who know Iran, the Iranian nation, and its history will never speak to this nation in threatening language because the Iranian nation will not surrender. Look, here's the problem too. We don't know how many Iranians, Chinese, anyone else who you would consider an enemy of the United States have come in flooded through our southern border. You don't know. There's probably a lot of people there that probably can do some inside damage. But anyway, quote, the Americans should know that any U.S. military intervention will undoubtedly be accompanied by irreparable damage. The Israeli Defense Forces reported multiple air raid sirens in northern Israel early Wednesday due to hostile aircraft infiltration. Sirens were heard in the Golan Heights before the IDF announced it shot down 3 Iranian drones, the Times of Israel reported. I pray for my friend Mindy, who's in Israel right now too, my friend Wu's sister. I know that she mentioned that they had to go down in the shelters a few different times on alerts, but it's kind of the routine in Israel. If you live in Israel, there's a time where you're probably going to end up in the shelters just to be safe, and then their Iron Dome system kicks in. So she's not my only friend there, but there's other people I know that are there. So pray for the people, because the leaders may cause, maybe out to do some damage or attract some damage. Anyway, Iran launched 2 barrages of about 30 missiles total at Israel Wednesday morning as explosions were heard over Tel Aviv. The IDF says the majority of the missiles were intercepted and no injuries were reported, according to the outlet. 50 Israeli fighter jets flew to Iran to fire missiles at a centrifuge production site and multiple weapons manufacturing facilities around the Iranian capital, the IDF wrote on X. These strikes directly degrade Iran's ability to threaten Israel and the region, the Defense Force account said. Look, I'm just saying, Anyone who's in the Middle East, any country, and a lot of the countries learn that and have open relationships with Israel, whatever. You don't want to fuck with Israel. I'm just saying. Every time. Can anyone name a war that Israel's actually lost? I can't. And they've been attacked many times in in their existence, 80 years or whatever it is of their existence. Israeli officials issued evacuation warnings for Iranian residents living in southwestern Tehran in anticipation of another strike. Iran State News website claimed that Israel had attacked several targets, including a university in the east of Iran that is linked to its Revolutionary Guard and Cohort ballistic missile facility near Tehran. Israel said it struck key elements of Iran's nuclear weapons and missile programs during an overnight attack on Tehran Wednesday. Khamenei's X account has been publishing propaganda posters featuring Iranian missiles being launched at Israel and fireballs raining down on the Jewish state, so far unsuccessfully. The Middle East conflict, entering its sixth day, began when Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, in which it attacked Iran's nuclear plants and uranium enrichment facilities. Israeli forces have wiped out Iran's air defenses, giving them airspace superiority over Tehran. Trump announced that a majority of Iran's air defense system had been eliminated in recent attacks without giving any more details. We now have a complete and total control of the skies over Iran, and Iran had good sky trackers and other defense equipment and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff, Trump wrote on Truth Social. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. So, you know what? He's a jackass, but sometimes you just gotta cheer him on with some of the language he decides to use. His commentary is is just often kind of fun. U.S. Commander-in-Chief called for the unconditional surrender of Iran Tuesday afternoon as he revealed the U.S. knows Khamenei's location. We know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out, at least not for now, but we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter, he wrote on Truth. Iran said it would respond firmly if the U.S. became directly involved in the conflict with Israel. Iran views the U.S. as complicit in what Israel is doing, the Iranian ambassador to the UN said in Geneva. So... And then this goes on for a little bit here, but I'm done there. The only other article I pulled up about this, Trump touts total control of Iranian airspace, says U.S. knows where the Ayatollah is hiding. So, and again, just a list of his Truth Social posts. So, I don't know. Are we at it again? Oh, let's see. In all honesty, I'm a bit torn on this one. This is Avocado Diablo over in the question Q section, or question section. In all honesty, I'm a bit torn on this. Iran's desire to get nukes that they have pretty clearly stated they want to use, not as a deterrent, is troublesome. Oh, that is very troublesome. And there's a history of Israel taking out their nuclear facilities, and just as they get close to something, they got to go, oh shit, we got to start over again. So, it's weird. It's a weird thing, but it's almost necessary. I don't know. They have like I said, they seem to want to use their shit. So, all right, here's to finish up the show today. Yesterday I was mentioning, I guess I haven't put any on Marty's Big Journey. I'll have to put some on here. I'm going to be posting anything like cool Spain videos that are just not commentary, not like I'm not going to put my photo album from my vacation, but I'm going to be putting short videos about just various things that I've been doing over the last 10 years on Marty's Big Journey. So I put a link to that in the links today. I also have links to the Marty Got Jokes channel, where we open the last card. Should we just play the last card? Have any of you been... Okay, here's something. Have any of you seen the cards thing I've been doing for the last year and 2 months? Yeah. Okay. You want to hear about the vacation? That I'm going to post all that video on Marty's Big Journey. I put a link. I'll have it in the links today, which is one of my other YouTube channels. Also, same on Instagram, whatever. But if you've been following me doing the cards, okay, I'll give you a couple of examples of the cards that we've been doing because it's been a fun series. My daughter wrote over 60-some cards. All but one were dad jokes. One birthday card, the rest are dad jokes. So, for example, when we were in Tangier on this vacation, all right, let's play one of these. Here we go.
Birthday card roulette. I'm down to 3 cards. My daughter gave me 67 cards for my birthday. One was a birthday card, the rest are dad jokes. I haven't gotten the birthday card yet. Pick one.
Let's do this one. Man.
All right, better be good. Okay, so it's a dad joke because you put mustaches on those. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. I can't put it down. That's a good one.
Okay, now.
That's a good one, yeah. All right.
I've been doing this with random people in everywhere we've traveled or even around the town here or whatever, in random places for over a year. She wrote out 66 cards in all. One birthday card and the rest are dad jokes. Yeah, he was tall too. This is the guy, we were on this tour of Tangier, and this is the guy who I sat next to at lunch. Good guy. He's born in Croatia, but he lives in California. Good dude. I had fun talking with him while we were there. Anyway, random people all over the place, all over the world. And now, because we did it in Africa and at least 3 continents, I can say now, because we open cards very well. So, but I never found the birthday card, and these last 4 cards we did randomly. Let's see, here's another one. This is Malaga,
Birthday
Spain.
card roulette. I'm down to 4 cards. You want to pick one of these?
I need to see the sticker to decide.
No, it doesn't matter what the sticker says. Just pick a card.
This one.
This one? Okay. So she gave me 67 cards. One was a birthday card. The rest are dad jokes. Let's see what this one is.
Birthday card.
Birthday card.
Dad joke.
Oh, man.
Ready? Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
It's true.
So the jokes, that one was terrible, but that's so.
Are you sure that it's a birthday card?
And I already knew these two. These two were at the wedding. So anyway, never got the birthday card. I had 2 left.
My daughter wrote
this is the second one.
Cards for my birthday when I turned 60. One's a birthday card. The rest are dad jokes. These are the last 2 cards.
This is at the oldest pub in Ireland.
Okay, let's see. This better be good.
It's probably not. If it's the dad joke, it's not.
It's a dad joke. It's the mustache.
Okay,
Here we go.
Okay. All right.
My wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. Sir, thank you so much.
Birthday.
Pleasure.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
All right, so good question, AD. Shouldn't it have been 60 cards? Well, that was her original plan. But when she was writing out the jokes and whatever, because she wrote these by hand, she lost count. So she goes, there might be a few extra because I lost count. So anyway, it was 66 or 67 or something like that. So anyway, so this has been going on for a year. Didn't find the birthday card. I'm like, did she really do the birthday card, or was she punking me? Thought it'd be funny to do it all and not have a birthday card in there. Well, we finally got to the dad joke, and I posted this one on Father's Day, even though we opened it the day before, or 2 days before. But anyway, I posted this one on Father's Day. This is the final card, and at some point I thought, now did I open it, find the cupcake, and set it aside just because I always plan on reading it with my daughter. I always plan on doing that. But did I do that or not? I couldn't remember if I did that because I remember talking to one guy about 30 cards in. I'm like, if I find the birthday card, I'm going to set it aside. So just bear with me if that happens. Did I do that or not? Well, here's the last card.
Birthday card roulette. This is the last card. My daughter gave me over 60 cards for my birthday. One was a birthday card, the rest are dad jokes. Shall we?
Go for it.
No way. It's the birthday card. I actually opened it last. You
What are the
gotta
odds?
be kidding me.
This is the one. Go show him the cupcake.
Are you serious?
So, yeah,
there's
all the rest of them
there's
had,
the cupcake.
All the rest of them had little mustache.
Oh my!
stamps.
Are you
There's
kidding me? Dad, now that you're at this handsome age, it occurs to me that your adventure truly is just beginning, and I can't wait for the kids to get big enough for us to join you. Happiest of birthdays to you. Belated, because I anticipate this card taking you days to find. It took me over a year. All the love, Alyssa, Jess, Corley, and Marina. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. It is the last card.
Happy birthday!
Yes, thank you, honey. Oh, this is awesome. You gotta be kidding me. That's great.
Anyway, so I get choked up because it was such a great gift, and I've had so much fun with it. If you want to watch some of the other jokes, some are good, most are bad, but they're in all different kinds of places with all different kinds of people. And I put a link to that channel in the description or in the links today. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you joining me today on the Morning Night Live. We'll be back tomorrow for more. Let me drop these links real quick, and then we are out of here. And tomorrow is FTG Thursday. So if you have any special FTGs for tomorrow, let me know. We'll put them in the old we'll cover them tomorrow. So here come the links. So cut and paste here. Copy. Here are. They'll also be in the description of this video. You all have a great day. Gotta go. My name is PDawgKnight, and I am out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thanks for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.